So I'm really excited about today's planting project. So I just wheeled down 3 of the trees that we got in our shipment. These are pink silk floss trees, and they're really cool. I'm really excited about getting them in the ground. So I did have one as probably one of our first trees that we planted, and like a lot of other stuff, we lost it to ground squirrels. So we're gonna try again, this time with cages. But these are so cool. Like, let me show you up close. Like, look at those cool trunks. These are super sharp too. One kind of fell over on me. Yeah, I definitely know that they're good deterrents. But they look a little sad just because they were in the boxes and everything. That's actually only one that has leaves on it. These ones all defoliated, but they're super green, super healthy. That's kind of one of the things that happens when you get trees delivered in the mail. But yeah, super excited. They have been sitting in their cans for several days now. I've just been keeping them watered. They've got this little shield in there to keep the soil from moving. It's nice and moist, but it's been pretty high. It's been high 90s, and so I don't want to put trees that have been in boxes out in the middle of that heat. So today's perfect. It's low 80s. It's gonna be like high 70s for the next few days. So awesome time to plant. I'm actually down. So that's our circle garden, and we stopped construction there. We don't really know what we want to do here as far as hardscape, but we think we're going to do a staircase down here. But in the meantime, we did some drippers, put some things in there, got some Pride of Maderas going, and then I've got a creeping fig that's going to cover all these ugly telephone poles, and it'll magically just look like a green wall. But here's another one of those rain channels that was built on the property, and it goes through a little tube down the main channel. So these like conduits, or I don't know, spillways, they're all over our property. But you can see we do live on a very hilly spot, so we have to channel that water somewhere. But I'm actually, this is gonna maybe be where we put our chicken coop. There's actually one over there that's kind of fallen apart, but we were thinking about maybe doing like a little chicken house here and then a nice little run right here, since it's kind of a very awkward situation that we're working with. But we also did this isn't Halloween decorations. These are actually our avocados. It got pretty hot. Avocados do not like direct sunlight, especially in our climate. In more milder climates, they can tolerate it, but this is just a 50% shade cloth, and they're nice and protected under there. This one doesn't need one because it has this bush, this coyote brush in front of it that protects it almost perfectly. I put in some bamboo stakes just in case I noticed some of the sun's rays hitting it, but it's been doing really well. And then I'm super surprised that this mango's making it. The root ball on this was all busted, but it's looking so good. I sprayed it with a little bit of like a white paint to kind of help it with, it's essentially like a sunscreen. And I did the trunk as well. And these are all brand new leaves. If anything, it looks like it might be a little chlorotic. Might need to put in some iron, maybe acidify the soil a little bit. But again, if you look down at its level, it gets all this protection of the afternoon sun. So this is kind of a cool little area. It's kind of a little hidden valley on our property. So I'm hoping that all these avocados will do really well. But I am off topic. The point of today is to get these pink silk floss trees in the ground. So since I'm here, this was a good vantage point for me to show you guys where they're going. So again, let me flip the camera. So again, this is the start of our driveway going up to the house. And then this is a little canyon. And this is kind of a flat area that we eventually want to put in a pool. So we are planting as if we are going to have a pool. So We splurged a little bit and we got some larger jacarandas to kind of frame the area, because when you're up there, it's a really pretty view out to the city of Agora. This is a hillside, so we do want to make sure that we do have plants to hold it all back. There is a few things up there, coyote brush. There is some, I think this is some kind of a willow or something like that. I don't know. And there's like random little prostrate rosemaries. And what else do we got up there? I think that's pretty much it. But I want to do some of these silk floss trees. Where did I put the little stake? Yeah, so the little red stakes right there are where we're going to put them. So these get, I think, 50 feet tall. And the interesting about silk floss trees is that, oh, then another one there and then another one over there. So these will actually like contribute to the frame. These are like this, and then I brought in the silk floss trees a little bit because I want to kind of make a V down and hope maybe we'll do like a pathway going up. So that's my idea anyway. But anyway, so the size of the silk floss trees, they do get 50 feet tall in their prime perfect area. Our area, I want to say I've seen them probably up to 40 feet tall. And the interesting thing is they don't always have a symmetrical crown versus height. So sometimes they'll be really tall but skinny, kind of like a narrow, almost like a cypress. And then sometimes they're short and really squatty, and their canopy is really large, but they're only super short. So they kind of have a, I guess, character, personality to themselves, which I kind of appreciate. So we'll see what they do on our property. We get tons of sun right here. So sun comes in here and just goes directly over. So this hillside right here is just baked with sun. So that's why the jacarandas are loving their life. So yeah, I think it'll be really nice. So yeah, let's get to it. Enough talking. So some other stats in addition to just their height. The silk floss trees do really well out here because they are drought tolerant once they're established. Like I said, they do grow. These flies are ridiculous. They do fly. They do grow on the side of our freeways, so you can tell that they're a very hardy tree. They don't have much disease pressure or pest pressure. And like I said, once you get them established, they're really drought tolerant. They are from South America. I don't want any trees that are going to be a pain to take care of. I just want to put them in, give them a little bit of love, and then let them love me back. So, all right, let's lovingly plant these trees. just for reference, and this is not the biggest hole. This took me like 20 minutes to go like 6 inches down. This is such hard. I don't know what is going on. This is like literally just rock. Oh my God, I don't know if I can even go any deeper. So we're gonna have to mound this up a little bit. So luckily the root ball is not super big. So kind of lucked up. Using a little bit of plant tone to get its roots off to a good start. I'm not going to go too crazy. It is fall. I don't want to make a ton of growth before it starts cooling down. I'm just doing this planting mix and mulch, and then I'm actually going to go back up the hill where we have kind of a spot that we had a little landslide during the rainy season that I've been pulling soil from. So I'm going to do more native soil in there. All right, that was a difficult planting. You can see that my cage is too big. I was expecting a deeper hole, but I kind of just mounded it and I created kind of a, I don't know if you guys can tell, it's basically like a little volcano. So I'll have to come over here and possibly reinforce this with like a piece of a board with some stakes to keep everything kind of held back. Or if I just notice that it's actually settling in place and there's no shedding of any of this soil, then I might just keep it. But in the meantime, I'm just going to put drip, a little ring of drip around there. We do have a drip line right there, so I'm just going to tap into that. Go right here, and they get watered. Currently, the summertime, we have them going 3 days a week. But as it starts cooling down, we'll definitely taper back to maybe twice, if not once a week. So, All right, so that is number 1. And then we got 2, and then there's 1 way over there, 3. So I'm basically gonna do the same thing. Hopefully that soil over there is much softer and it won't be such a pain in the butt like this one. So here we go. So it's the next day. My camera died, so I lost all that footage, but I wanted to come back out here and show you guys kind of how everything ended up. So let's see. So again, I'm standing here down by the avocados underneath the circle garden. But we put 3 of the silk floss trees. 1 there. It's all mulched up and everything. I ran out of dripper tubing, so I have to go get some more and tap into this line. So that's all I have to do there. And then we have the 2 right here. So 1 there and 1 right there. I trimmed this one up because in the box, the top of the tree got bent. And I don't want any kind of damage. So I just trimmed the very top of that. I can go show you. But this is kind of what they're like. All mulched up. They've got a drip line already going to them. And I just ran the quarter inch drip line in a circle. They don't look like much right now. They literally look like sticks sticking out of the ground, but I'm excited for when I see the first little buds. All right, but this one over here that I trimmed, oh, these weeds are so out of control. So this one, get in the shade a little bit. So the top of this one was all bent, and you don't want to have any kind of damage on a plant because that's a really good spot for opportunistic insects to go in and start boring and messing with your plant. So clean pair of shears, cut it, let the top of it heal. If you have like a pruning spray, you can put that on there. It kind of seals it. But yeah, this one's fine. It's a little bent, but it's not broken or anything. But this one is also in with the dripper. Got the 1/4 inch tubing there, all tucked in. Okay, so this is the hard one. Doing some hiking today. All right, so I'm at the tippy top of our, when you first walk in, the facade that you see, I'm at the very top of that. So this is like one of the first things you'll see way in the background. So down on the, when you first drive in, we're calling it like the pool area. You'll see 3 of these kind of drift up with 1 in the very back. So let me show you. I'm back where I did the Merlot Redbud. And this is gonna go right behind that. So let me show you. So if you remember, Merlot Redbud there, right next to the pink trumpet tree. And then we have Merlot there and Merlot down there. So this is gonna be the farthest up tree that we're gonna plant. And this one's gonna get really good size. So it's gonna kind of grace underneath here and be kind of a statement piece. So again, I think these trees are so cool. And the reason I feel they'll do well here is because some of these are planted along our freeways. So, I mean, I feel like that's kind of a tell-all that trees do well if they're planted where no one really cares for them. So, brought my, again, cage. I'm gonna dig a hole. I'm actually gonna work with the topography here. So this is a hill, and then it looks like we had a little bit of movement here. You can see how it kind of drops, and then this all looks like it was runoff. So I'm gonna use this little cutout because as rain falls, it'll kind of come in here and collect. And why make my own when there's one here made by nature? Okay. I threw my fertilizer in with my planting mix. Man, my cage a little tight. Like a pair of pants, they don't fit no more. All right, still secured. All we want is to make sure this thing has a good chance to get going. Eventually this will break down. The tree will bust through it. The soil is so different than the rest on our property. It's like butter. It's like my favorite place to plant besides the trek up here. Just want to make sure there's a good amount of native soil in the hole, not just all good stuff. You want it to become familiar with what it's gonna live the rest of its life up. And, all right, so kind of like a beaver, yeah, making my little makeshift dam. And I'm just gonna go get some soil from most likely all of the little squirrel. see, like, you want to kind of assist the water in percolating down in there. Right now it has the potential of just kind of dripping away from the root ball. So I'm gonna help it out. Isn't that the best feeling when you're finished planting something? Especially when it's been kind of a pain in the butt. Oh my God, it's crooked. All right, it's an easy fix. Better? All right, so maybe I'll just do this at the end of every video. So ASMR, Vanessa. My spout got plugged with leaves. Hold on. We'll make it sound real nice.